This is a site study that we created in Bluff, Louisiana for a developer that was looking to develop this long, narrow track. Typically, a civil engineer would try to put in one straight street in a bunch of cul-de-sacs, or geometrically, one straight street and then a half-fronted street. This would be a tremendous amount of infrastructure. We're able to achieve the density with a much more elegant street pattern that reduces both time and energy and eliminates the waste that would typically be in a site that is geometrically imperfect. When we take a look at the site from this air, it first looks like we've lost a lot of density, but we actually achieve the same density. Now, on these studies where we don't know the builder, we'll take a typical home plan that's built in the neighborhood and then we'll replicate it on the site. And again, we build these 3D at no extra charge. You could see how elegant this neighborhood looks versus what would have been built by the engineer, which would have been a straight street with all the homes in a row. And using this method, we really reduce the infrastructure tremendously. We add value. You no longer have homes that are looking directly into each other. There's a lot of space on this neighborhood, and it's just a better way to lay out these very difficult sites because the last thing you want to do is have this racetrack with all homes parallel to each other, and it just looks like a warehouse district. So in the sites that would typically be very bland and unexciting, we could create a lot of value, a lot of interest without actually losing any density because the alternatives would be extremely wasteful. So you really don't want to fill your site up with streets, you want to fill your site up with lots. And this is a good example of what we could do on a long, narrow site that would normally be very difficult to make the numbers work.